Yo, what's good my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another Black Clover Mobile video. Hope everybody is doing well today. It is the second day since the Japanese version of Black Clover Mobile has been out. I hope everybody is enjoying the game to the full degree that I have been enjoying the game. I actually did just drop a video of all my summons that I did on the first day, so definitely go check that out. We got really lucky on those summons. We got quite a few characters, and I'm already ready to hop in and start making like basic guide videos. So today's video is actually going to be talking about how to do basic leveling and awakening on your character. If you guys are liking the content nowadays and are ready for more content to be coming up, then you can definitely dark cloak the subscribe and notification bell, and you can also hit the like button, and you can also comment down below and let me know what you thought was helpful, what you thought wasn't helpful, and that would help me to improve my videos as well. But since we're here, let's go ahead and talk about leveling of your characters. When I talk about the leveling of your characters, right now I'm only talking about basic leveling, such as levels and the actual rarity of your character. We're not going into like skill pages and stuff like that. That's going to be another video. And as you can see, I have 39 out of 41 characters. I have all the characters over here on the side. I've only been working on SSR characters that can help me to farm missions a lot faster. Basically, when I re-rolled, I was looking for Jack, but instead I got Lotus, which actually played out better for me than I thought, because my original plan was to look for Jack and then go into the game and try to summon for Yami. When I was playing on the Korean version, I had no prior recollection that, or I just wasn't paying attention before I did the reroll summon. I didn't notice Yami was in his own banner and that he couldn't be acquired from the reroll summon. So instead, I sought to search for Jack. Instead, I accidentally searched for Lotus, and I actually pressed the take button instead of the save button, because I wanted to save the Lotus multi in case I didn't get anything else good. And chat was even like telling me, oh yeah, do the rest of your rolls, all that. And I was kind of content with taking Lotus, but I accidentally just took Lotus instead of doing my rolls. So make sure that you're not making a mistake of making your taking your reroll. So when you first do your rerolls, they're gonna make you go through the whole process of saving your units. If you want to save, and you'll know what I mean when you're doing the rerolls. When you are re-rolling, the button all the way to the bottom left is return. The button all the way to the button that's middle left, that one's gonna be take the current roll that you got. The button to the middle right is going to be re-roll again. You'll know because it has a number marker counter on it. But the number all the way to the right of the re-roll button is the button that you use to save units. Remember that, because I, with no translation, just tapped on something random thinking that it was the same button, because that's the button I had to press originally for saving, but it changed places. Anyway, make sure you're saving your proper multis on your re-roll. But yeah, Lotus is a wonderful unit to re-roll for. Lotus's attack can actually, his basic attack is an AoE, so it hits everybody else on the enemy team, and it has a chance to lower their speed, which can net you extra turns before your enemy team, allowing your team to hop in front of them in the line of speed, right? And I tested this out in PvP. I went against a team that was pretty much same combat class, or TP is team power in this game, or it was team power in the beta. I don't know what it's called now, but I faced an enemy that had the same kind of like team power as me, and I feel like they could have beaten me if I didn't have Lotus. But since I had Lotus, I hit them with Lotus's ultimate, which slowed them down already. Then every single time it came back to Lotus, I just kept hitting them with his basic attack, and every single time I hit them, they were just going back turns over and over again, so they never got that next turn out anymore. And Yami was just there to hack away the rest of the damage. But Yami was who I sought out to focus first for LR, because Yami is my favorite character. Lotus is definitely the second one to get LR, though. He's that important. He's that useful to me, I feel like. And then you see I have Jack and I have Mars worked on here. That's quite literally only because they link up with Yami and Lotus, and not to mention Jack and Yami have a AoE skill together. Lotus and Mars have an AoE skill together. So Mars, who typically has AoE on his ultimate, and Jack, who has no AoEs at all, when paired up with Yami and Lotus, can have AoE attacks in their moves, which makes them a little more viable as farming units when run with the proper units. Also, I just want to take a moment to flex. This costume was from the beta that we had for Yami. This looks like Santa Monte Cristo Yami. But if you actually get Yami's affinity to level 9, you can get this costume, which I like way better. I call this like Mercenary Yami or Spec Ops Yami or Spetsnaz Yami, right? But anyway, let's talk about how I got to this level here, right? So whenever you're trying to level up your character, where you're going to press first, and honestly, I'm going to use my Apple Pencil, because my Apple Pencil will make this a little bit easier of a video. Right here, actually, is where you want to go when you want to level up your character. That's so cool that pencil is actually beneficial for this. You can see right here that you have a bunch of experience potions, all like Leaf Magoro juice. So this is literally the juice that Asta was drinking in the first episodes when he was trying to get himself magic. This is actual leaf Maguro, and then these are just actual like potions right here. As you can see, the purple potion is going to be the highest rarity potion for you, and everything in this game follows the color theme of like the character system. So rares are green, rares are green, SRs are blue, SSRs are gold, UR is red, and then LR is purple. So follows the same exact color system, so everything's easily color coordinated in the game, which I do like very much. So you can tell what a character's original rarity was by the color of their like little character thing right here, their little PFP, I guess you could say. So even when they do go up in rarity, their icon will change colors, but their background will stay the same. Now, I'm going to talk about where to get these potions in a second. I actually just want to kind of go through the full like scope of this page before I go away from this page. So I don't want to break away from this page, come back to this page. But after you level your character up, so rare characters, their maximum level is level 20. Once you get them to SR, their maximum level is level 40. Once you get an SR to level 40, you can boost them up to the next rarity, which is SSR. Their max level will be 60. Then to UR, from the SSR to UR, when you get to UR, your max level is going to be 80, and then when you get to LR, your max level is going to be 100. How do you change levels, you say? So let's go to a character, for example, that I have not put in the Clover on yet. You can see on each character that they have this little black clover right here, no pun intended, but that black clover is pretty much their awakening system until they get to LR. And as you can see, if I press not the bottom one here for evolving a character or boosting a character's level, but this one right here, which is for awakening, this is going to be how you actually boost a character's rarity. You're going to tap this top one right here, and you'll see right here there are 4 leaves to the clover that I need to fill out. Now, I can press this and fill out all 4 leaves, all 4 petals at the same time. Now, these little crystals right here that have like this little diamond symbol in the middle, that means that is the specific crystal for that character. And I'll let you know in a second why they're trying to easily differentiate that for you. These up here are going to be general use metals that you can use for the petals of the clover on any SSR or any SR unit. There's yellow ones for SSR characters, there's green ones for rare characters, and I'll show you 2 other characters just to give you an example. But the main things that you want to save are these 2 right here. Because once I get all the petals on this man Asta, so I'll do one from SR Mimosa, because I don't need SR Mimosa too much. I have SSR Mimosa, so we're gonna do that, right? But you'll see right here, I'm pressing this button at the bottom. It'll fill out all 4 of Asta's clovers. Once all 4 of his clovers are filled out, now it's gonna be asking me a different question. First of all, he ranks up. You get all the clovers filled out. It starts to boost your grid even more so for gear. Then, if I go back to this top button once again, it changes from awaken to evolve, I guess you could say, and now you can see it's trying to change the rarity. So this is why I said save the Asta specific pieces and save these specific pieces. These pieces right here are pieces that you can use on their respective rarity, because there's a gold one of this and a green one of this as well. These items right here are what you can use if you don't have duplicates for the character. You can use one of these instead to replace as a duplicate for the character, and you can use them what's the word I'm looking for? Together. There's another word I was looking for it, but you can use them together, so it doesn't have to be 2 of one type. You can use these in a combination. Maybe that's what I was looking for. And you can get the character from SSR to UR now, as you can see with Asta. Now, for SR characters, it only takes 1 metal to get from SR to SSR. As you can see for UR, it takes 2 metals to get from SSR to UR. And then for UR to LR, it actually takes, let's go look at Lotus. It's actually going to take us 3 metals, which I do already have for Lotus. I just do not have enough money, Yule, to actually to boost Lotus up to LR. Plus, you have to be max level to get to LR, so he's only level 69 out of 80 and 69 GG. But yeah, basically, that is how the basics of leveling up and enhancing your character to the next rarity work. Now, one thing that I learned from getting Yami, and I got Yami to LR within my first day, just want people to know that. The one thing that I learned from Yami is that once you get a character to LR, these little awakening like stars right here that we had in the beta, but we have not seen the entire play course of this version of the game. Once you get a character to LR, we actually do get these little awakening stars back right here. And how do these awakening stars work, you ask? So, once these awakening stars come in, typically on any other character, okay, all this is locked right now. I feel like whenever we're in the tutorial stages of the game, these two with the lock right here just weren't showing, or maybe they finally showed up now because I got Yami to this level. But if you pretty much go to Yami right here, you can see his talent section, which is right here, which talents is a dead thing in the game. I'm already going to make a video on why they need to fix talents, unless they did fix talents and I just haven't looked into it just yet. And then we also have Yami's Awakening right here. Now, if you tap on the Awakening, it's going to show you all 5 of these right here. And this is pretty much the Awakening system. I imagine this will turn into like a Super Awakening system, kind of like Grand Cross later on down the road. So be ready for that. But basically, we can see that we get some pretty marginal stat buffs from actually boosting this man Yami right here in this Awakening area. So it's like getting the character up through the rarities up to LR is kind of like basic Awakening. Then I guess this is kind of like Super Awakening, but not just yet. This is the first row of stars. They could add a secondary row of black stars on top of it, so be on the lookout for that. But another reason why I said save the star looking ones and the character specific dupes is because this also takes character specific dupes. This also takes the star looking dupes so that you can get your characters up on these levels. I'm not sure how it looks past the first level. You can see that when you get to the second star, and I don't think it's you get the first star, you're waiting on the second star, and now you have this passive skill. I think as you get the first star, you get the second star, you have this skill, and then once you get all the way down to the 5th star, you have the full effect of the skill. Because that literally just looks like the same picture, but with a more intensified, a more impressionable illustration on it, right? So once you get to level 5 with the stars, you will unlock another passive skill, or the true passive skill of the character. And honestly, since this is Yami and I already know I'm going to be working to max him out as much as I can, let me go ahead and just translate this passive skill. So this passive skill, and this is like the very basic, like smaller passive. This one says when attacking boss type enemies, increase damage dealt by 7%. And then if we go all the way down to the 5-star version, we can see, first of all, we can see the stat buffs that we're getting right here. And also now it says, it hasn't loaded yet, but I can assume because the number just changed. When attacking a boss type enemy, increases damage dealt by 14%. So that's a lot you're leaving on the table right there. 2 stars, you can get 7% extra damage increase against boss enemies. 5 stars, you can get 14% extra damage increase. And that 14% may sound small at first, but when you think about the fact that that 14% is going to be wrapped into a lot of other percentages, then it starts to get a little crazy with the numbers. Also, we can see that these buffs right here alone already boost your Yami up an extra 1,486 combat class or team power, however they're calling it. I don't see any little letters or abbreviations anywhere showing that, but once you can get your character up to these levels where you can get the 5 stars, that's when you're really good. That's when you're really chilling. And this is for all the people that said that they didn't want the dupe system to be so easy as you just farm your friend system and you can get your characters to max out. First of all, I didn't see a problem with that. If you have a problem with that, it feels to me like you just want to have an advantage over people for no reason. And 2, there's still the pay to win aspect to it, because even after you get the character to LR is free, which is the rarity. Boom, rarity should always be free. That's always on the table, free rarity. But now you can see once you get to the highest rarity, you actually do have pay to win options to get more duplicates of a character and to max them out in their awakening since the super awaken, I guess you could say. I'm gonna call it super awakening because to me, getting from the rarity enhancements is the original like awakenings, and now this is like super awakening, I guess. Or you can only do awakening once you get the character up to the highest rarity. But that's it for the basics of leveling up your character level wise, enhancing wise. Or how about the bottom one right here is level, this top one right here is enchant, this one right here or enhance, this one right here can be awakening. So that is how you level, enhance, and awaken your character. Now, the last thing that we need to talk about, absolutely the most important part of this. Where can you get experience potions? There are 2 places as of current right now that I can see you can get experience potions free to play. Well, technically, like 4 places, but like the other places I'm not going to really show you because they're not a real place that for potions specifically. You can get all kinds of rewards from those places. But essentially, first we're going to come back to our home screen here. We're going to press on this right here where it says Season 1. And we're going to tap on that door. And then we're going to tap right here on the left side. And we're going to go to this first one right here. I believe this stage is called the Blue Mountain Forest or something like that. We're going to click on this. This is actually the mission that you have to do to get experience potions. I'm currently only on level 9. This number right here at the top is letting you know that there are 15 levels of it in all. You can see that the combat or team power starts to get really crazy. This says 183,000. I am looking to get to that level of power by the end of today. But yeah, basically this place unlocks once you get like part of the way through chapter 1, and essentially all these places in this dungeon right here are going to unlock dependent on how deep you are into the story. So see right here, I think that says something about being the 3rd episode of chapter 5 or something like that. It would make sense because I'm going through chapter 3 right now, and this unlocked because I'm going through chapter 3. But basically, we're gonna come here for our experience potions, and I don't know that once I beat this first level here, that maybe something unlocks down here in these other gap areas, because it looks like they left a lot of space here on purpose for some reason, like almost as if they want me to scroll down to something else. So this is where you're gonna get your experience potions mainly. You can see right here on each level that it actually shows you the difference in the difference in the potions that you have a chance of getting, right? So you go from here to here, and you can see that you start to get every like 3 levels or so, you start to get an extra thing added in there, 3 or 4 levels. But obviously the higher in rarity that you go, the harder it's gonna get. So then more items are gonna be added in. Maybe the number at which the levels are increasing, and when they decide to throw in more potions, it just kind of like changes throughout the levels, just because, you know, the difficulty spikes up different ways. And be careful in this mission as well, because this one right here is 91,000 to do, or 900, yes, 91,000 to do. This one's 94,000 to do. Not that big of a jump. Once you go to the next one, it's 110,000, which arguably, or 101,000, which arguably is not that big of a jump. But then you go from 101,000 to 140,000. You're just like, wow, that was intense. And that's not even 140,000. That's 148,000. So you can see that jump is so massive because you go from just getting the red experience potions to now getting the purple ones as well. So you can see how much they're valuing the experience potions in this game. And this is going to be one of your hardest grinds in the game, is getting the experience potions and getting your characters up to those levels. Unless you're spending money on it, man, getting experience potions is going to be a slog. And honestly, that's why I recommend it. As soon as you unlock this area, that's why you need to like balance, kind of like prioritizing. I would say if your story tickets are not full, then I'll probably be grinding this out more so, just so you can start boosting your characters. Then when you go back to the story, you'll be able to run through it a lot faster because your characters are a lot stronger, unlocking more things in this like kind of like gate area, and then you can get onto the higher levels of this and start getting your start stockpiling. That's the name of the game. Stockpiling the purple experience potions as fast as you can, because once you can start stockpiling those are going to give you the most experience per character. And even nice enough, there's a way that we can farm them directly instead of having to fuse them up into the biggest potion, right? But yes, definitely when you unlock this, I do recommend running through this as much as you possibly can until your story keys are about to be full. Then run back over to doing story, run through the story missions, and pay attention to your missions on the side as well, because there are some missions that require you to use, like there's one I had to do for my Gate of Destiny to get my school teacher Yami. By the way, school teacher Yami, I have not used him just yet, but I already know he's great. It's a Yami unit. Basically, there were missions that I had to do under that for defeat Hall of Memories, but Hall of Memories takes up story keys. So just be very aware about what you're doing with your story keys and where you need them and what you're trying to be at the moment. Before you go and just start doing content, look at all the missions that are attached to the content that you're doing so you can make sure you're doing them in a proper order or doing what's most beneficial for you. The other place that we can get potions, if we come back down right here to the home screen where it says season 1 again, you'll see the other side right here. So these are like kind of like season 1 challenges. This is like the challenge mode. This would be like events in Dokkan, I guess. Oh no, this one is more like events. This one's like time limited dungeons or something like that. So let's go here. We can see we have the Noel event, which is a raid that's out right now. We have this event right here, which is kind of like a tower style thing, and I'm going to go in there and talk a little bit more about it and just look at the rewards on it just to make sure that there aren't any potions on it. This one right here, you can actually farm some money, which is going to be very good for a money video that I'm going to be making next. This right here is where you can farm experience potions. You can see I've already done it today. You only get 3 tries on these dungeons right here, unless you're talking about special mode right here. This special mode specifically, like the tower style, this one costs 3 stamina per stage you want to do. There's 70 stages to it, so go ahead and run in there and start getting your rewards. You can see these little items right here. These are items that you need to boost your character skills, which make your skills hit a lot harder, and trust me, you do see the difference. But yeah, this is the second place that you can come to get your potions. Obviously not as consistent of a place because you can only do it 3 times a day, but even still, it has a picture of the highest rarity potion, so just know that you can have a chance to get in the highest rarity potion on this, and the difficulty on it's not that bad. Oh, it actually gets worse, huh? Because the first day that I looked at this, it only went up to 85,000. Oh, okay. So this does get extremely crazy, and this actually would be a good place if you're strong enough to get to the highest level mission right here. So another place that you can get potions, and this one's going to be this one's going to more so be like If the other one is, if the other experience dungeon is like boss rush, a very easy mission, but it's just very time consuming. This right here would be like, Extreme Z battles, I guess you could say, because this will be like an event that's supposed to be higher difficulty, but it's actually still pretty easy, and you can actually just get the value of the rewards you're getting are increased because it takes you so much less time to get the reward. Basically, is how this stage is going to be. Then another thing that I wanted to point out is, while you're doing like I didn't mean to do that. While you're doing story missions, obviously the story missions are going to give you little experience potions and stuff like that. So even when you're not doing directly like side things that cost stamina and you're doing story, you will still be getting missions here and there, which is good because I was kind of focusing the missions too, and I was starting to get to a point where I realized like, damn, I'm trying to work on this character, I'm trying to work on this character, but I still could get characters leveled up throughout what I was doing, at least the lower level characters. So like it'll be more so, oh, you have to use this character during a mission. Cool. The story mode has been giving me extra like supplementary potions, so I'll just dump these potions on that character real quick, and I'll continue to farm for the big characters that I want to build up. So it balances out really well. That's about all the places that I can think of for getting experience. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, then definitely go down below and smack that like button, or Dark Cloak here, that subscribe button. And you can also, it sounded like I was about to be an opera singer, you can also hit the notification bell so that you can get notified every single time I drop a video, because this is just the first guide of many. I hope you guys did enjoy the information in this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the game like I am, because man, when I tell you I'm having a time and a half, I mean it. But you guys have a good one. You guys get ready for the next video. You guys get ready to surpass your limits. I already know they're going to be releasing more things throughout the first week, possibly. Definitely throughout the first like month though, because it says that this season pass is supposed to be on for like 33 days. So around 33 days, we're going to be getting to the next season. I actually beat my Gate of Destiny missions, and now I can see in the Gate of Destiny, it actually does say get ready for season 2. So things are looking up for Black Clover Mobile, and honestly, I feel like it was worth the wait, guys. But if you guys have anything you want to say, leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know what you need. Let me know what characters you want to see showcases for, because we have almost all the characters, and I'm low-key planning on getting the rest of them today. But that's going to be it for your boy, DEADMANVINCE. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Peace out.